A very delightful morning, children. This is your Vanaja teacher, and I welcome you all for the new session. Today we are going to learn our second lesson, Laws of Motion. And in this, today's topic is first law of motion, and in which you will be learning about inertia and mass. Yes, entering into the content, philosophers of the ancient world are very much interested in the study of motion. We have completed our first lesson, motionless children. Here, these used to have the single question in their mind: what is the natural state of an object if it is left to itself? Then in this, so many philosophers have given different types of ideas, and in that, Aristotle is the greatest philosopher, and what he have concluded is the natural state of an earthly object is at rest. That means each and every object on the earth, its natural state will be always in rest. But Galileo is one more scientist. What he have stated is an object which is there in motion will remain in the same motion as long as no external forces are applied on it. And for that he have done two experiments. In that, the first one is he have taken the inclined planes, two inclined planes he have taken, and this is one more inclined plane with a straight plane he have taken, and these are the balls. In the first one, he have kept the ball at the top of the inclined plane, and he made it to roll it down. And in the second case, he made the ball to push it up on the inclined plane. And in the third case, a ball he have taken and just he have pushed it up with some force. In the first case, what he have observed is the ball which is dropped or which is pushed or which is let it be rolled down from the top of the inclined plane, it have increased its speed when it is coming down. And in the second case, this ball, whatever you have pushed it on the inclined plane, it have decreased its speed while it is moving onto the top of the inclined plane. And in the third case, the ball continued to be in the motion if at all a friction is not there. These are the things what he have studied, and what he have told is the object in motion will always remain in the motion if at all no external forces are acting on it. In your 8th class, you have studied about the different types of forces which will be acting on a body. If that particular forces are not there, the body which is there in motion will be continued to be in the motion. Galileo have told like that. And he have stated one more example. Here, see here, the first picture show you the motion along an inclined planes with the different slopes. Different slopes is the second one, and the third one is motion from an inclined surface to the plane surface. What Galileo have observed is in all these figures, he have released a marble from the initial height. In the first figure, he have released the marble from the initial height. It have rolled down due to the force of gravity and then moves up the slope until it reaches the initial height. In the first picture, this is the first picture. He have explained the first picture like this. And in the second one, the marble rolled up to the same height, but it have to go farther in its distance. That means he have made the marble to roll it from here at the top of the inclined plane. It have traveled so much of distance, even though it is very large. That means how much of distance it have been traveled here. More than that distance only the marble have traveled. And in the third case, he have left the marble from the slope and it have went down with some speed and it continued to be in the same way. And from all this, he stated that an object in motion will remain in the same motion as long as no external forces act on it. He have concluded from these experiments like this. And from that, the first law of motion is every object will remain at rest or in a state of uniform motion unless compelled to change its state by the action of net force. The meaning is, children, if a body is there at rest, it remains to be there in the rest itself until you make it to move. And in the same way, a body which is there in motion, it remains to be in its own state of motion until some force make it to stop. Okay, did you understand, children? That is the first law of motion. And for this, and this is the person Galileo who have given for us the basics of this first law of motion, and he have been called as the father of modern science. Galileo has been called as the father of modern science, and he was also a remarkable craftsman. He have written so many books, and in that, and he have made so many telescopes, and from that telescopes he have argued that all the planets must orbit the sun, not the earth, which is a controversy. For that, what they used to believe in the olden days, they used to believe all the planets are revolving around the earth. But this Galileo have designed some telescopes, and through his telescopes he have observed the Saturn, Uranus, like this different planets he have observed, and he have argued that all the planets will be revolving around the sun, and which is a contradictory for the belief of at that particular time. He is that much great person he is, and we have studied about this first law, no children, based on that examples. See here, I have taken a glass, empty glass, and on that I have placed a cardboard and a coin on the cardboard. Here in the second case, I have pushed the cardboard, then I have seen the coin which is there at the rest position on the cardboard remains to be there itself, and it have went down. See here, that means here, even though I have dragged the cardboard, the coin which is there at the rest position, it doesn't change, because I did not push any coin here, only I have taken out the cardboard. That means here again, the first law, what we have, Newton's first law, just I am again repeating it. Here this object is remains to be there, the state of rest. That's why it is there in the state of rest itself. And this is one more example. A carom board I have taken, and on that all the coins have been there taken here, and only when you strike it with a striker, the bottom coin only will be moving, and the remaining all the coins will be there like that only. Only you have given a pressure for the bottom one, that's why it is moving, and the remaining there which is there at the rest, they will be there in the rest condition itself. They don't move. The body at rest always try to stay in the same state of rest. It does not accept any change in its position until some force acts on it. This property is said to be static inertia. Do you know, children, what is meant by static? In your 8th class also, you might have learned the different types of forces in that electrostatic forces. There you might be learned about the meaning of static. Static means rest. Static means rest. In these two examples, what we have observed is the body which is there at the rest will remain there itself. That's why even though I have taken away the cardboard, the coin have dropped down. As there is nothing to stay here, it have been dropped down. And in the second case, all the coins are there at the rest position. I have struck the bottom coin with the striker, then only the bottom coin have moved, but all the remaining coins are there in the same state of rest. That's why that type of property, as I have told you, the body at rest always tries to stay at the same state of rest until some force acts on it. And this property is said to be the static inertia. Let us consider some more example, children. If you kick a football, what will happen on the ground? It will start moving in a particular direction. It moves in the same direction until the another player stops it. Isn't or not? And that type, there you can say what is the reason for it to change the direction. When somebody other player have kicked it, then only it will change the direction. That type of motion is said to be dynamic inertia of object. See here, the body which is in motion always tries to move in the same direction until some force acts on it. This property is known as the dynamic inertia, as I have given you an example of a football. That is about the dynamic inertia. Here I am giving one more example. Here I have taken a trolley and I have placed an object on it. And I have tied the trolley on either sides and attached one thread to the support and another side of it as a free, as I have shown in the as I have shown in the figure. What I have done is I have pulled this. Already the trolley is there in the moment. Once it starts from here and it will be moving to some particular distance. With the same thing, the object which is placed on the trolley also will be there in the moment. That's why once the trolley is getting stopped also, the body continues to be in the state of motion. Here already the body is in motion. See here children, in this example I have taken a trolley. On that I have placed an object. When this trolley is moving, then surely the object which is placed on the trolley is also will be there in a moment position. But once the trolley is getting stopped also, it can't come to the rest position. Just it will slide down because already it is there in the state of motion. In the same way, when you are traveling in a bus, when the driver apply the brakes, your body will be moving front. Is it not, children? Did you observe any time? That is because of the dynamic inertia. You are there in the motion with respect to the bus. Is it or not? Then when the bus is moving, your body is also there along with that in the motion. But when the bus comes to the rest, even then your body don't come to the rest at the same time. Just your body will give a jerk to the front. That is said to be the dynamic inertia. The inertia is the property of an object that resists the changes in its state of motion of all the objects having this tendency. That means whatever we have discussed till now, the body which is there at rest used to be there in the same condition, or the body which is there at motion used to be there in the same moving. These is because of the inertia. This is all because of the inertia. This Newton's first law of motion is also called as law of inertia. The Newton's first law of motion is also called as law of inertia, and this is a property of an object that resists the changes in the state of motion. All the bodies don't have the same tendency. That means it depends upon the mass. Inertia always depends upon the mass of an object. If the mass of an object is considered as a measure of inertia, then the SI unit of this mass is kg. See here, inertia is the property of matter that resists changes in its state of motion or rest, and it depends upon the mass of an object. Each and every body don't have the same type of inertia. For that I will give an example. See here, I have taken two cardboards. See here, the mass of this cardboard will be more surely than the mass of this cardboard. Is it or not? Then if I have taken a scale and I have applied some pressure on it to make these two cardboards to move front, then in these two cardboards, which cardboard will travel more distance? Again I am repeating the question, children. I have taken two cardboard pieces. One of the mass is very high and one of this mass is very less. These are the two cardboards. And here with the help of the scale, here what I am doing is I am pushing the two cardboards. That means same force I am applying on it. Then in these two cardboards, which cardboard will be moving more distance? Means surely you will say this is the one which will be moving more because it is having less mass. A car is there, a bicycle is there. If I ask you which one you can push front with your hands, means surely you will tell it's a bicycle. Why? Because its mass is very less and you will be able to move it. But whereas a car, even though if you push it with whatever the energy you are having, sometimes it don't happen also. Is it or not? That's why this inertia purely depends upon the mass of an object. That's why mass of an object is considered as a measure of inertia. The mass of an object is considered as a measure of inertia. Did you understand, children? Yes, the SI unit of the mass is kgs. And here in your 8th class also you have learned a free body diagram. The same free body diagram here we are showing you with the different types of forces. One is the frictional force, this is the force on the object, this is the gravitational force, and this is the normal force. These are all the types of forces which are acting on a body. That's why this diagram is said to be the free body diagram. And we have completed our first law of motion, children. Did you understand? What is the first law of motion? Each and every body will remain at rest or in the state of uniform motion unless compelled to change its state by the action of some force. Is it clear? Yes. The assignment will be given after this video. You read the textbook up to whatever I have told. Only today we have completed the first law. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.